Well, folks, here's the view from my office today. Not too bad, huh? Told my son the other day, I said, you know, I'm out there in the springtime and the warm sun shining on my back and out there wielding a chainsaw with accuracy and precision. I just can't think of a more manly way to go out. It'd be okay for me to leave this old world doing something I love. Cut another block down for Victor earlier. Kept warming my hands on the exhaust, you know, I just didn't realize. And I got in the truck to come over here. It's 30 degrees out here this morning. The sun's up now. It'll warm up soon. Got some bigger trees to graft here, but at least they're at the right height, so this won't be bad. Something I failed to mention the other day when I was talking about these saws that I use, these 242 XP Huskies. I've had these saws ported and polished. I had some port work done on them. My buddy Robo Frank, that was doing chainsaw work for us for a couple years, he had a friend on the other side of the mountains that had worked in a saw shop and done some logging, a lot of logging, and just knows his saws, man. He said the guys used to come in and buy a brand new saw, just hand it to Ray and say, do your thing, before they ever took it out. Well, Ray's a pretty special guy with some real talents. So I sent a bunch of these saws over there last year, and he did some port work on them, the intake and the exhaust, and took the muffler apart, and he put a baffle in there, but I suppose, but anyway, opened them up so they'll breathe. You know, an engine is an air compressor, and the more air you can put through it, the more power you get. So I'm very pleased, man. These things will rip and go, boy. So you guys are probably tired of me bragging about my chainsaws, but they do a good job. Anyway, I just forgot to talk about that, about having the port work done on them. So, I mean, the guy would take them and go through them for 80 bucks. What a deal, you know? All right, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna shut my yap and get busy. You know, I talked the other day about how I can take one of these saws out here and run it for days on end, not have any issues, and then one of these southern boys will grab it and go out there, and 10 minutes they'll be carrying it back to the truck. You know, it's just something wrong. That's just the way it is, and that's okay. But you know, I was out here cutting with this thing, and I noticed it's not oiling enough, and that's just one of the little things that will help the life of a saw if you pay attention to it, you know. And that's just things these other guys don't know to watch for, and it's not their fault, you know. They're not trained on these things. We do the training. If we get a guy that we feel that he can be safe on a chainsaw, I don't put anybody out here that hasn't had a little experience, and then we watch them real careful. The main thing we tell them, watch your footing out here, because it's dangerous tripping over these limbs and things. But anyway, if you have one of these saws, a 42, 42 Special, 242, there's a couple others, the Just That Oiler is right down in here. And you'll see, if you turn it up, you'll see a plus and a minus there. So I am going to open that oiler up a little bit. And if I can find the screw, there it is. Yeah, that screwdriver's too wide. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open that up. And I knew it wasn't oiled enough. I could just tell by looking at it. But I always hold the end of the bar up to a tree and rev her up and see if it's slinging a little oil. So it wasn't. You should go through a tank of oil for each tank of gas. And that's what I'm going to make happen. I thought you might find this interesting. Some of you guys, these are some apple trees that we grafted years ago. You can see the union where we put the grafts in. Here's one. No, we didn't do all this at the same time. These are younger. We probably did these about, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, and these are more like 10, 12 years ago. But you can see where we cut the stump off right there. And this is where the graft is healed in, made its union. You can see some of the old grafting tape still on there. Okay, my battery puked out and I don't know where it was, but I know I was talking about that large company. When they start picking cherries and it hits the market, it creates this glut. And so these guys that I'm grafting for, what they're trying to do is dodge that glut, and they're not changing the variety because it's a bad cherry. The cherries they're growing are fine, they're a good cherry, but they just come off at the wrong time. So we graft them over to something that will hit the market earlier or later and dodge that glut. And what does not compute is to keep farming a cherry and putting $1 a pound into growing them and getting a 50-cent return. You know, that's what doesn't compute. So that's the reason for part of our grafting over cherries. All right, I'm gonna get down the road. We'll go see that guy about his Chinese medicinal herbs that he wants to graft. And I don't know how secretive this place is. If I can get a camera in there, could be an interesting deal. We'll see how it goes. Talk to you soon. Hey Mexicans.
You missed one row.
I missed a row? George missed it. Why did I miss it? Why is it my fault?
You was the last one.
Well, should we charge this guy for the trees he thinks he has or the trees we're really grafting?
He thinks he has.
He thinks he has 1,000 trees. I think he has about
500.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, the big ones. Then 1,000 little ones. So I think he's right on the little ones, but
I mean, in the big ones.
yeah, no, there's not 1,000 of these trees. I cut them down over there. It's only 3 rows.
What is?
Well, I already took all my gear off and everything, man. You know. Maybe there's somebody else that could cut them down. I don't know who. I'm gonna get out of here.
You going to Ibreda?
Yep.
Okay.
So you need anything when I come back?
No.
Well, those trees are right up that road. Did you hear me chainsaw it up there? Yeah.
You gotta go
right straight up there. There's some more over there. I didn't find those. I drove over there and I didn't find them, but well, he said they're smaller.
I mean,
but they're bigger. Yeah, they're not little 2-siders. They're like these. They're 4-siders. But
I think when Manuel came, he can show me the place.
He can show you. I told him. He came up and talked to me. Told me there's some scattered trees, and I found all of them in that block. So look when you're looking in the row next to where I cut down. You'll see a few.
Different wood.
Well, one little place. There's a few trees, but that's down here. From where I was, it's not in the block that I cut down.
Okay, that's the same.
They're all the same as this. Yep. And he's gonna. I told him to cut those trees down in that other block. It's just 5 or 6 trees, and put the wood at the end of the row, and that's a different wood.
Okay.
But he'll be around, and call him if you have a question.
Yeah, but where he is right now, he has no signal.
Oh.
So.
Well,
he's gonna come here about 11.
Okay.
And show me where they are.
Yeah, he can take you over there because I don't know where they're at. I think there's about 200 trees out here. Over there, some big ones.
I saw a lot of big
No,
ones.
this is nothing. Over there is some big
Really?
ones. Yeah.
You expect
But-
me to side graft those?
Yes, I do. You know what? After Chelan, anything is
Oh,
easy. We did something like that at Shimizu in Reedley, California. Do you remember Shimizu?
yes. But it's cherries.
Yep.
I
Yep.
remember those
Me and Kraus,
plums.
well, we and Kraus grafted some cherries over there. So I grafted some cherries that were probably 10-inch diameter, 10, 12 inches, used a ton of tape. And they did fine, you know. So this will be an experiment.
2 signs.
You'll get some experience.
2 signs.
Yeah, yeah, 2 sides.
Okay.
But they're good trees. They're healthy. They'll be all right. I don't want to wedge graft. Too
Sorry.
slow, man. Too slow.
If only we used to have to stand up.
Yeah, well, even if you have to go in backwards, across the canyon backwards, you
Yeah.
know, it's the same thing. They're still going to hook up. So I just wanted to warn you before you get over there. But I thought, you know, compared to Chelan, this is a piece of cake.
Yeah. Okay, that was,
Oh, I know. So I'm glad we did that one first, because we'd be
we
whining
did.
about this one. Now we're happy about it. Okay, I'm out of here. Is that Manuel? Or?
Yeah.
Bye, Victor.
Bye.
Bye, George.
Bye.